Hi, this is Kelly with DNNDev.com. In this video, we're discussing the new theming engine that was introduced in XMod Pro 2.0. Themes are a great way to apply a consistent style across your site or to give your forms a more professional look. XMod Pro comes with a wide variety of themes right out of the box, but we know that every site is different and even the best theme will need some tweaking. So the primary goal we had when deciding how to implement theming was that it had to be easy to create your own themes. And rather than reinvent the wheel, we decided to go with the open source, freely available jQuery UI theming engine because jQuery is a very popular framework, and of course jQuery is used in .NET Nuke. And jQuery UI has provided a great tool for easily creating your themes, and it's called the ThemeRoller. Now, the theming engine was developed primarily to style the widgets in the UI library like tabs and calendars. However, it's also applicable to the rest of your site too. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to create your own theme and install it in XMod Pro so you can apply your theme to your forms with just a single mouse click. Let's get started. First of all, navigate to jQueryUI.com/ThemeRoller. There you'll find a page similar to this. On the left, you see the ThemeRoller widget, and on the right is a test bed where you can see the effects of your changes. Now the test bed is filled primarily with jQuery UI widgets, and it's not actually an XMod Pro form, but you should be able to get a sense of how your theme is going to look. XMod Pro forms actually use a small subset of the CSS styles offered by each theme. Specifically, we're interested in tweaking the following areas: font settings, corner radius, header/toolbar, content, and error. Now there's some other areas you can tweak as well, and you might as well go ahead and do it. At some point in time, we might integrate additional styles into the forms and possibly also into the templates. Now the easiest way to build your theme is to start with a pre-existing theme that has most of what you like in it. A great way to do this is with the gallery on the gallery tab. Here you'll find a large selection of themes, many of which are already pre-installed by XMod Pro. So let's find an attractive theme and use that as our starting point. Here's Redmond. You can see the effects of clicking on the image here. There's Sunny, which I'm always fond of. The very green LeFrog. And let's scroll down here. Here's one. Nice kind of charcoal and blue theme. Kind of nice. It's called .love. And as you can see possibly on the background here, there's a lot of micro dots, and there's some even smaller dots here. So they're very fond of dots in my .love. So we'll go with that one. And let's tweak that to make it work better with our site. To do that, simply click on the Roll Your Own tab in the ThemeRoller widget. And as you can see, the components of your theme have been preloaded into the widget. So all you need to do is make the changes to the areas that you want to change. Let's talk about the font settings real quick. Now the jQuery UI site actually starts with, I think, 10 pixels is their base normal font size. And so many of these themes that you find will have a 1.3 EM, which is 1.3 times the normal font size. I have found that in the default .NET Nuke sites and in a lot of other default style implementations, the default font size is actually something like 12 pixels. And so when you do 1.3 EM against that, you get quite large fonts, and you probably don't want that. So it all depends on the style and the skin that you have for your site, but I have found, for my sites at least, that something along the lines of 0.9 EM is a good way to go. 0.8 sometimes just 1 EM is good, but we'll go with 0.9 for that. Now, as you can see, when we clicked away from the field, the fonts changed in the right-hand side of our page to show that's the change that we just made to 0.9 EM. Now, again, this is based on the font size on the jQuery site. Let's go to the corner radius area now, and this is used for rounded corners, the rounded corners option that you find in XMod Pro. If you look at the corners on the existing theme, you can see that they are rounded, but they're quite small. Let's increase the radius there, say 10 pixels, and see how that looks. There we go. It gives us a nice, comfortable, rounded look. I wonder if we actually went, you can even go higher, I think, yeah, 100 pixels. Wow, that's very impressive. Weird, but impressive. You can see the tabs here. Wow. We even have a perfect circle as the background for the calendar. Very interesting. Let's go with a more basic approach, and we'll just go with, what was it, 10 pixels? That looked pretty good, I think. There we go. And we can change some other areas. You can always explore and see what you can change. You can see this blue background here with the stripes on it. That's coming from this header toolbar area here, and there are a bunch of patterns that you could choose from. You can choose none, or you can choose some different patterns that will get overlaid on top of the blue background or the color background that you select. We won't worry about that in this video. We'll just stick with the little larger rounded fonts and the smaller font size. So those are the changes we wanted to make. Let's click the download theme button and to get our theme downloaded. Many times when you come to the jQuery site and try to download your theme, you'll see that these checkboxes are checked. These are part of the jQueryUI library, and you don't need those for just your theme. You want to deselect all of these before downloading your theme. So they provide a handy link here to deselect all the components, and you can see they've all been deselected. We're interested in this column over here, the theme column. And you can see the custom theme is selected in the drop-down list box. There are some of the themes from the theme gallery you could download if you wanted to. But we want to make sure the custom theme is selected. Click on Advanced Theme Settings. And there's one thing that you really need to do, and that is to specify a folder name. And that folder name needs to be lowercase and start with UI dash. This is how XMod Pro will detect it, and we'll be able to use it within the interface. So it'll show up in that drop-down list box. Let's give it a name. As you can see, I've already done UI my.love. We'll just keep that name. And we want to make sure that 1.7.2 is selected here under the version number. We don't want 1.6. We want 1.7.2. And then we'll click the download button, and it'll generate a zip file for us, which we can then download. Oh, I see that I have accidentally selected some components over here. Let me stop this and fix that. Okay, I deselected that box and re-downloaded the theme, and it's ready for saving. You'll notice the file it prepares for you is jQuery-UI-1.7.2.custom.zip, and it's always going to be that way. So what you want to do is save it into an area that you can use to rename it, or with Firefox it'll save a copy for you automatically. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and save the file. And we don't actually have to do anything with this whole file. There's some extra files that are included that we don't need. We're just going to open up the zip file. And within that zip file, we're specifically interested in the CSS folder. Open that up, and you'll find the UI-my.love folder. Simply copy this folder over to your website, and you'll be done. So we just made a copy. Let's switch over to my local website, which I have up. Here we go. And go to the desktop modules folder. Open up the XMod Pro folder. And then locate the styles folder and open that up. In the styles folder, you will see all of the themes that have been previously installed by XMod Pro. All you need to do is copy your new theme into that folder. And there you go. UI-my.love has now been installed into XMod Pro. Let's see how that works for us. We'll switch over to the local copy of my website, and we will go to the control panel. And the themes are used on the form builder. So we'll create a sample form. I don't need to give it a name because we're not actually going to create the form. We're just going to look at it. So we will select all of the columns, put them into the form, and so we can look at what the validation is going to look like. We will require a couple of fields, and click Next. This is the basic DNN styling we can see down here. Let's go ahead and select our new my.love theme, and there you go. That's what our theme looks like. If we click the Add button, we'll see what the validation looks like. There you go. And now if we want to round our corners, simply check the box, and we can see the rounded corners now. That's all there is to it, and you have a custom theme that you can now apply to any of your forms within XMod Pro. We really like the jQuery UI theming library, and we hope you do too.